疲 First, we need to make sure that you don't, get yourself into trouble. After the procedure is done, you might not be able to recall a lot of things. That's okay. Just make sure you go to bed right after. Yeah. It's time to put you to sleep. Just for a little bit. The first thing I need you to do is focus on my voice. If you just focus really carefully on the things that I'm saying, ignore any other noises. You should be in a quiet place anyways. After all, no one will find you here. Just take 1 minute at a time. Don't think about anything else. Look at me. Keep your eyes focused on me. You don't have to think about anything else. This is just a game, right? It's just a test. And by the time you're done, you're gonna be drowsy and ready to fall asleep. Don't try to think too hard about the moments before you fell asleep. They'll all be blurry anyways. But it doesn't matter. Just look right into my eyes. Just right into my eyes. Relax your body. Just relax. It's not so difficult. I'll show you how. You're going to methodically clench and relax every muscle in your body. It's okay. And with every muscle you clench, when you let go, it's going to belong to me, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Every muscle will belong to me. Squeeze your hands. Not too tight. Don't hurt yourself. Just squeeze. You feel the muscles tensing up. That's okay. We're going to release slowly in 3, 2, 1. Release. Do your hands feel tingly? They're all mine now. They're loose and relaxed. Don't worry. I'll take good care of them. On into the next with your forearms. Just clench. 1, 2, 3. Clench gently. Don't strain yourself. There's no need. I'm already impressed by you. And slowly, gently. 3, 2, 1. Release. Is the warmth slowly crawling up your arms? Don't worry. That's just me. Your arms are almost all under my control now. Just a little further. You can do it. I believe in you. exist here. I love your arms. I'm never giving them back. You store too much in your shoulders anyways, so just admit they're better under my care. 2, 3. However, I'm not content with just your arms, you know. I need your legs next. I gotta make sure you don't go anywhere, you know. So, let's start with your feet. 1. Clench. Be gentle. Gently, gently. Don't give yourself a cramp. Have you been on your feet too much? That's okay. We're going to release now. 3, 2, 1. Let go. Yeah, just like that. 3, 2, 1. Go. The pain is gone, right? I know. It just feels warm. That's me. Don't worry about it. That's just me. They're in my care now, so pain is not allowed here. Unless it's mine. But I decide what hurts and what doesn't, so the pain in your feet is gone now. There's only tingly, warm left. 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, your calves. 1, 3. Those get really sore, right? Walking all over the place. I know. You're a hard worker after all. 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Clench. Just clench them. Just tense the muscles gently. Yeah, just like that. When you unclench them, the tingly warmth is gonna go right up to your knees. And 3, 2, 1. Release. There you go. It's not good to carry around all the stress from the day like that. You'll get hurt. So, just leave it to me. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. It's mine. There's your thighs left. You know, thighs are one of my favorite body parts. 2, 1. Go. Just clench. 3, 2, 1. Release. 3, 2, 1. I gotta keep your rhythms mixed up. 2, 1. It won't be good if you can predict me, you know. too relaxed. 2, 1. So. 2, 1. There's nowhere you can go like this, with your arms and your legs under my control. Don't worry. I'm here to take good care of you. 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. But I see in your eyes you're still in there. Good. I wouldn't want an empty shell. That's no point in that. So. 2, 1. It's time for the next step. Just keep looking right into my eyes. How do they make you feel? Are you a little scared? It can be a little intense. It's okay. 2, 1. But there's nothing to be afraid of. Why are you scared? You shouldn't feel scared at all. It's just me. And I'm not going anywhere. So let's get rid of that fear, shall we? 3, 2, 1. Look into my eyes. 3, 2, 1. Think about something that makes you happy. 2, 1. You're thinking about me, right? 2, 1. It's okay. 3, 2, 1. Think about something that makes you happy. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Again. Now. 2, 1. Nemuri. 3, 2, 1. Nemuri. Don't worry. 3, 2, 1. Your fear will be gone soon enough. Let's replace it with better things. 2, 1. I love you, don't you know? Your arms are tingly from the fingertips up the insides of your forearms to your shoulders. They're warm. Your legs too, from your tingly toes up your knees and your thighs. It settles in your tummy. It's warm, like you just had a comforting meal. Don't worry about it. It's spreading. It's spreading across your body. It's encroaching on your brain. You're getting foggy. That's okay. Just let it go. Nemuri's here. You're not scared, right? You're fine. Everything is fine. Everything is right where it's meant to be. Look into my eyes. All of your worries will be gone and your head will be filled with thoughts of me. 2, 1. 2, 1. learn this. But sometimes that's what it takes. I think deep down you always knew that normal love was never enough. It's better to have you like this. Drowsy and sleepy. Completely at my mercy. Don't you prefer that? You won't make any mistakes like this. You won't make me upset. No one likes feeling upset, you know. And you won't feel upset at all either. It's a cool trick. The moment you start getting sad, I can just deeper, deeper. You fall even deeper. Now, let's have a heart to heart. After all, I need to be rummaging around in your subconscious for a minute. It's better to know, after all. I want you to think of a memory that makes you happy. Yeah. Think about it. Focus on it. Just really hone it in. There we go. It's mine now. It's part of my arsenal. position is soft, just foam, warm. It's a very good thing that the water's warm. You don't have to move at all. You can just lay back and enjoy the rising tide. It's almost to your knees now. The waves. In and back and higher up and back. You feel them lapping at your knees as you lay there. Everything is so warm. You don't have to think about it at all. 2, 1, and 3, 2, 1, and don't worry. Here comes another wave. It reaches your thighs now. It feels like being covered by a blanket. Remember when you were little and you would fall asleep on the couch and someone would put a blanket over you and you'd feel so warm? That's how these waves feel right now. Like you're being tucked in by the sea. It smells a little salty, a little briny, but it's pleasant. 3, 2, 1. The motion of the water ruckles up a little sand by your fingertips. When did those get underwater? You can't tell, but they're warm. And the grains of sand play around your fingers like little fairies. Are you dreaming? You can't tell, but it's okay. The water's just rising slowly. You don't have to worry about it. Somehow, it's at your chest now. The weight of the water feels nice. A wave pushes right into your sternum, and you feel your chest unwind. Everything feels a little more open. How long has it been since you've taken a deep breath? Let's do it right now. One last time. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. Hold it just for a little. 3, 2, 1. Deep breath out. Wow. Looks like that knot in your chest finally unwound. All the worries are gone, huh? How long has it been since you felt like that? Heavy and warm and worry-free. 3, 2, 1. The ocean pulls at you a little. There's a wave with a little more force than usual. It's carrying back. 2, 1. Still warm. 3, 2, warm. It's so gentle. 3, 2, 1. It's like someone gently tugging on your sleeves. 2, 1. And when it comes goes back. 2, 1. It crests over your face. You feel the salt on your cheeks, and then it drags you under. Do you know how to boil a frog? Little morbid, I know. But the truth is, you start them off in cold water. You slowly raise the temperature up. They don't even know they're being cooked. Not until it's too late. I bet you feel really deep in your own head right now. But it's safe. It's dark. But not in a scary way. It's dark the way your room is when you're preparing to go to bed. It's a soft, gentle darkness. And you're not alone. My voice is right there with you. Isn't it great? 3, 2, 1. Deeper. Do you still remember who you are? It's okay, I'll tell you. You're mine. Don't need to know anything else. I'm nemuri. And I'll always take good care of you. 2, 1. Now, there's a couple things that we're going to rewrite here, deep in your subconscious. It's okay. I know what I'm doing. And you feel deep in your heart that you can trust me. After all, you can't help but remember all the best moments when you were safe. You hear my voice, and for some reason, you feel like you're being tucked in. Asleep in your parents' bed where nothing can touch you. Living in the happiest memory of your childhood. It's impossible not to trust someone like that. But you don't even really understand that fully. You're just drifting, 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 drifting along. Deep in your head. Your subconscious where only your emotions live. There's a new emotion there. It's me. I've always been there. You don't have to think too hard about it. You can trust me, and I'm telling you. I've always been there. There's no reason to doubt that. After all, don't I look just right at home, in between all of your best memories? for you does. There's no room for anyone else. But you can't remember anyone else anyway. So don't think about anything else. 2, 1. But this is only your subconscious. We need to go a little deeper. After all, your identity isn't stored in such an easy place to reach. And when I say you belong to me, well, I mean I'm gonna rewire your entire existence to revolve around me. Hey, why do you look alarmed? Can't have that. 2, 1, down. Better. Now, while you float around your subconscious, how about you take my hand? I'll hold you. You're so small right now. You fit right into the cup of my palms. It's warm. I wouldn't hold you with cold hands. We're going a little deeper. The darkness is a little thicker here, but you don't worry about it. It doesn't concern you. You won't remember this anyway. じゃあ、行きましょう。The next place we're going, well, it's long before you were even born, you know. People don't notice, but the core of your identity forms before you do. Something other hypnotists never seem to grasp. How deep you have to dig to make any lasting change, you know. People just aren't willing to go the whole way. But you were stardust at this point. I'm identifying the particles that will one day make up you, and changing them into a shape that pleases me. Yes, yeah. 大丈夫。考えてね。寝ましょう。3、2、1 else I want to check. Open your eyes. Close them. 目を開けて。私見て。Look at me. Look only at me. Let's become the same object. Let's occupy the same space from now on. ずっと一緒に Together forever. Now, after opening your eyes, you're starting to slowly feel more like yourself. That's okay. You won't remember this after you're awake. You won't know anything, but you'll feel it. You'll feel isn't it? You won't be able to resist that. I made it so. You'll go back to your life and your everyday and your menial tasks, but I'll be there always. A warm bubble in your chest. But please, don't do anything to hurt me. After all, that bubble is so very close to your heart. You might want to keep that safe. Just in case. Now let's get you back into functioning order. 3, 2, 1. You feel more awake. 3, 2, 1. Your body slides. 3, 2, 1. Your eyes are open. 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. 3, 2, 1. Hold it. And 3, 2, 1. Let it out. Don't you feel clear now? It's almost like nothing ever happened. 2, 1. Your body is yours again. In a way. 2, 1. It's yours in the way that I guess in the way that a house is yours until your landlord decides it isn't. I'm your landlord now. I'm the landlord in the same way that you inhabit your body and I own what you inhabit. Three, 2, 1. 3, 2. I'm going to tell you the rules now, so you better pay close attention. Consider this our tenant agreement. You get to use this body that I own. 3, 2, 1. And I get everything else. 3, 2, 1. The first rule is that you there's one more rule. So that's the most important, okay? 3, 2, 1. So I need your full attention. Now, last rule. 2, 1. It's really important, so listen closely. 2, 1. Your heart. 2, 1. There's no room for anyone else. 2, 1. It belongs to me. 2, 1. It has always belonged to me. 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. You won't have any trouble with this. You love me the most after all, don't you? It's not hard to love someone you care so much about. Loving me comes easy to you. It always has. 3, 2, 1. And it always is. 3, 2, 1. And it always has been. Now, that's your last rule. 3, 2, 1. You're so awake right now. 3, 2, 1. Be still. 3, 2, 1. These rules would be clear in your mind. 3, 2, 1. Every time you close your eyes. 3, 2, 1. You'll be able to see me. 3, 2, 1. I'm not going anywhere. And these rules will be with you always. 2, 1. You don't need to make an effort to remember them anymore. 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. You won't even remember receiving these instructions at all. 3, 2, 1. Any thoughts are gone. Your memories are so fuzzy. But for some reason you can't even remember why. 3, 2, 1. When you think of this day, 2, 1. so shouldn't let it disturb us any longer. I'll close that door for you. There we go. No, there was nothing weird going on while you slept. Well, I didn't notice anything weird. You looked really still. I didn't watch you sleep or anything. That would be weird. And I'm not that creepy, okay? I don't like to watch people sleeping. I just, played on my phone while he rested. Like I said, don't worry about it. We're all tired at the end of a week. It's only Saturday, so there's still plenty of time to rest. And plenty of time to hang out. Although I guess we won't see each other again until Monday, so... I mean, I still had fun. For some reason, just hanging out near you is fun. I don't really have to do anything special. I just like hanging out with you. Sorry, that's a little embarrassing to admit. I know I had plans for today, but if you want to go back to sleep, that's alright. No, I promise. Look, don't look at me like that. I promise I wasn't watching you. Hi, Papura. Hi, Barney. Hi, everyone. I think it's really funny how these kind of things happen. Some people think it's just like super rude, right? If you were to fall asleep while someone else is talking, but I don't mind it. Especially not in streams like this. I mean, if you were tired, I'd rather you get some rest. Nothing happened while you were asleep. Like I said, I just played on my phone. I don't really want to do anything loud in case I woke you up. I still don't feel like doing anything loud. It's like a really chill kind of day today, huh? I didn't feel like, listening to loud music or anything like that. I was just scrolling. But how's your week been? Besides of exhausting. I feel like that's the only thing I have to say whenever someone asks me how my week has been. Well, it's been exhausting. Last week in particular was really stressful. But I didn't want to show it too much. Sometimes you just get in your head, I think I have that issue where sometimes I just fixate too hard on the things I want and the places I want to be and what I want to achieve, and it feels like running a marathon, but you didn't even get to put your shoes on yet. Do you ever feel like that? Like you're just desperately trying to catch up with everyone else, but you don't really know what you're doing. I feel like that a lot. I felt like that this past week. Like I was just desperately running, but I couldn't even see anyone's backs anymore, In middle school, I was forced to run the cross country. Is it called cross country? Yeah, it's called cross country. Just like the big running. Like it's not a marathon. A marathon is an actual length of a run. But everyone. It was a big event, a sports day at my school, and everyone was mandatorily signed into cross country. And I remember doing it. I've always had really bad asthma. And I hated running. Jelly, thank you for the follow, by the way. I did see that. I hated running so much. And after the start line, around like halfway into the first lap, I stopped being able to see anyone. And I was like, I guess people are just really far apart when they do cross country. And then I started getting passed by people. And you know, I think this was like 5th grade. I came in dead last. The school-wide cross country, I came in dead last. It wasn't even close. I think I got made fun of it a little bit by the other kids who were like, oh my god, Nemuri is so bad at sports. She came in dead last in the cross country by a lot. But I was just like, someone has to be last, you know? I just had to take it up. I mean, who else? Just come in dead last cross in school. There were younger people than me doing cross country, by the way. There was like 2 classes below that also did cross country. The children were faster than me. Well, I was also a child at the time. But all the little kids were faster than me. And I struggled, but somehow I finished. I think that was the only time I actually finished the cross country. They did it every other year at my school, which means that, you know, in the total time I was at that school, I would have had to do it twice, but the second time, I guess I was like anxious because I didn't want to be last again. So I, like halfway into the first lap, I had an asthma fit so bad that they had to take me back to the school in an ambulance. So, I didn't come in last, because I was disqualified. Disqualified due to medical emergency. Man, I was such a goody two-shoes at the time. I should have just skipped. I should have just skipped the whole thing, and it would have been way easier. But I was also stubborn, so I ran. I've always hated PE though. I was part of PE. I remember at the time my teacher said, like, if you skip cross country, I will fail you. Joke's on him, because I failed every year after that. I failed PE every year after that. Not because I wasn't even required to run cross country anymore. I was just bad at it. And I skipped a lot of classes. I would not bring like my PE uniform at all. The teacher would be like, alright, everyone go get changed for PE. And I was like, I don't have anything, I'm just gonna sit. Like 4 out of 5 classes I would sit out. I remember we had a replacement PE teacher one year. I don't remember why anymore, but he was a substitute teacher and he taught us PE, and at the end of the first semester he came up to me like teary-eyed, like I just tallied up the grades and you're gonna be my first, it's the first time I'm failing anyone at PE. And he was so distressed. Oh, guy. He had no idea what was about to hit him. I'm sorry, dude. It's not even like just being lazy. Okay, part of it was that I was like really uncomfortable getting changed in the changing rooms because they were damp and they smelled like sweaty teenagers, and I didn't want to get naked in front of other people to change clothes. That felt so weird to me. Especially later in high school, because I was always very open about like liking girls. So all the girls in my class were super uncomfortable sharing a locker room with me, so I had to change in the toilet stall. And it just made it even worse. And I just gave up. I was like, it's fine, I'll just not pass PE. I don't have to. I can fail. It's fine. My parents didn't think it was fine, but at that point, I was already too rebellious to really keep a hand on. I had a big. I don't think I ever grew out of my rebellious phase. I had this point in my development, I guess, where I was like, I need to be fully independent and no one can touch me. Please, like, no. And from then on out, it was like it was Jover for any kind of discipline. I feel better after yesterday. Yeah, I'm feeling really good today, thank you. Let me change the let me change the stream to other stuff. There we go. Let me change into just chatting, because now we're just like softly spoken, just chatting, and there's some ASMR in the title, so hopefully people will be aware that we've changed. We're done with the roleplay now, and we'll just be, chit-chatting a little bit. I'm gonna put the alerts, just a little bit of sound, in case they have to go off. And I'm gonna drink some water. But I'm feeling a lot better. I just had a stressful time this week. I thought my cat was getting sick. And I kind of lost my mind. I totally panicked. Turns out he's mostly fine. But I am taking him to the vet next week. We already had this appointment scheduled, so I'm gonna raise my concerns with the vet, as I should. But I think he stopped eating, but I think he just had a hairball, because he hacked that up and then he finished his food. Which was, yes, disgusting. I'm giving him some, like the little malt thing that you give cats for hairballs. I'm giving him some of that. His food also helps. He's on special expensive food for liver health and other stuff. I want to plant him some kitty grass again. Unfortunately, my apartment does not get enough natural sunlight for me to grow beautiful plants. But I have a window and I can grow cat grass. And I'm going to do that for my cat. He really loves eating grass and basil. He's a plant boy. I think he was a cow in a past life. He just loves to chew. Either a cow or a stoner. Probably a stoner. Excuse me, my cat was a stoner in a past life. He requires He requires the herb. That's so silly. Touch grass because eats grass is like a whole other level. Yeah, he's like in tune with nature and the environment, and he's like not terminally online. Unlike me. Although I have been eating a lot of vegetables, though. Not the same as eating grass, and I have not touched grass. I mean, I did. I went to visit my mom last weekend, so that's going outside. I traveled. I took the bus and the train, and I touched some grass at my mom's. She has a garden. She has a yard. We went shopping for fabric and bed sheets. So I needed new sheets for my bed because Sausage tore like 2 of my fitted sheets. They were really old. It's not his fault. They were really, really old. I've had them like my entire life. I take really good care of my textiles because I think they're really precious. So like bed sheets and stuff like that, pillow covers, I take really good care of them. But they were really old, so he like launched off of the bed, and the ancient fitted sheet tore. So I went to go buy some more sheets. I got some like fully cotton stuff, like really nice. I'm gonna be sleeping good. I've already washed everything and put it away, so next time I make my bed, it's gonna be good shit. So I'm doing that. I had to make a small trip to pick up a document, and now I'm taking the bus home. Ugh. I have a hard time with the bus. It's really loud. But a nice, really smiley, really small old lady sat next to me on the bus, and it soothed my heart. She smiled at me so brightly, and I couldn't help but be happy. It made me want to call her sweetheart. I think there's 2 types of old people. Either they're bastards and they've been bastards their whole life, or they're like super kind and gentle. Also in fancy material, Egyptian cotton or silk. Yeah, like 1000 thread count Egyptian cotton. And I like lift your pinky while drinking tea, fancy with some fit sheets. There's also satin sheets or silk sheets. Actually I wanted to get a silk pillowcase for hair breakage. Apparently they're better for your skin and your hair because they're like antibacterial and they don't snag your hair and your hair doesn't break as much. But I feel like silk warms up really quickly on your skin. And I like my pillow to be a little cool, you know? And it warms up so quickly, I don't have a chance to fall asleep. I also bought like a couple meters of a cotton blend fabric, which is very silky. It's cotton, but it feels very silky, very smooth. That I'm going to make a big Victorian made apron with it. I've been feeling my long drapey dresses lately. I have a couple on my throne that I've had my eye on for a bit. But I've already spent my allotted monthly money. I've spent way too much money this month, to be honest. Because I had to buy convention tickets and transportation to the convention. So, that's where all my money went. And then also, I bought headphones. I bought new headphones. I'll finally be able to return these headphones that I've been stealing from my roommate. These €200 headphones that I've been stealing from my roommate for a year. And I think my roommate bought me some AirPods. me some AirPods. He said something about that. He's like, hey, do you want like earbuds, like wireless earbuds? And I was like, are they in-ear? I can't wear in-ear stuff. They don't fit. My ears are too small. I have really narrow ear canals. I've had multiple... Back when my ears got plugged and I had to go to the ER to get my ears vacuumed. Real thing that happened, by the way. They told me I had really narrow ear canals and an overproduction of wax. And I was like, that sounds a little rude. But thanks for the knowledge. So I have really narrow ear canals. So my ears pop really, like, you know when you're driving up a hill or something and your ears get like blocked because of the change in pressure. Mine, it happens to me really, really easily. On the other hand, I don't usually get water in my ears even if I've been swimming because my ear canals are so narrow. Which is just further proof that I'm part aquatic, part bunny girl, part fish. I love swimming so much. It's literally the only sport I enjoy. Only sport Nemuri actually enjoys is swimming. Because you don't get sweaty. If you get sweaty, the sweat gets immediately washed away. And you don't get overheated. And it doesn't kick up my asthma. Because you have to control your breathing really well in order to swim. So it doesn't trigger my asthma. So swimming is actually the only sport I can enjoy. Although I also like biking. I like biking quite a lot. But I don't get as many chances to do that. I love swimming. And then you can just be in the water. You can just be fish and play around. You can ask anyone who's ever gone to the beach with me. And I'm like, well, I'm going into the water. Bye. And I just swim. Forever. And then I come back, I dry off a little bit, and I'm like, well, I'm going back in the water. I go to the beach to swim. Nothing else. I don't sunbathe. I'm too pale to sunbathe. I don't sunbathe. I don't read. I read a little bit at the beach. I do like reading. But I don't do anything. I don't barbecue. I don't do anything. I just swim. The water calls me. The water calls to me and I must go. My people need me. And by my people, I mean the mollusks. I think I used to swim as a kid. I used to have like weekly swimming lessons when I was very young. But then I wasn't aware that at the end of the year, after all the swimming lessons, there would be a swimming tournament. And I just got there one day and there was a swimming tournament for my class. And I freaked out really bad because I wasn't expecting it. And I guess also because, like, I didn't want to be in the swimming tournament at all. I think I remember specifically telling my parents, like, do not opt me into the swimming tournament. I do not want to be there. But I was kind of pressured to do it anyways. And then after that, I never wanted to go back into swimming class again. My parents were like, hey, there's swimming class this weekend. You're coming, right? And I was like, absolutely not. You broke my trust. You made me go in the swimming tournament. But I still got to swim pretty often. Some people in my family have pools, and we went to the beach quite often. My mom loves the beach, so now if I want to swim, if it's warm out, I can go down to the river. But if it's not beach weather, there's a public pool relatively nearby, and it's really affordable. So it's a public Olympic pool. and I can go get some laps in. It really helps with my asthma. I think that's why my parents signed me up for it in the first place, because really bad asthma as a child, and my doctor was like, you know, swimming helps with like breathing rhythm and like developing your chest and your lungs and your rib cage. So my parents were like, "Alright, she's going into swimming, I guess." And I really did enjoy it a lot. I still enjoy it a lot. I still really enjoy swimming. Pondering signing up for that for myself while I'm settling into my new job. You can go and like just test it out a couple times. They're like open all the time, and you can just like get an hour, and it's like €2, I think, something ridiculously cheap like that. €2 for like an hour, and you can swim as much as you want. And the facilities are really, really nice. So we'll just still take classes a day without entering swim events, of course. Depends. I'm not good in like group class settings, but I can always just rent an hour at the pool and go whenever I want. So I don't know if I need classes. I think I just need pool access. I don't need swimming lessons. I just need pool access. I already know how to swim. Just let me into the pool. But I mean, I'm quite a shitty swimmer though. I enjoy it a lot, but I'm not particularly good at it. I have no stamina. So maybe I should take a class with all the little kids. Just me blending into all the actual children, taking swimming lessons. I don't think my swimming instructor liked me very much as a child. The PDA was strong. I know the forms just need to practice. Yeah, same. Like, I know the forms, I can swim, I can stay, I can't float. I don't know if it's how I'm built. I was never able to learn to float, but I can stay afloat if I'm swimming. And I can like paddle in place and stay afloat. I just can't like back float. I never learned that. I think my butt's just too heavy. I think my rib cage is too small and my butt is too heavy, and so these things are not conducive to a good back float. Cause like it's the air in your rib cage that keeps you afloat, right? And my rib cage is really small. So I don't think I have enough air in my rib cage to keep me afloat. It's a combination of air and the positioning you have. Yeah, I can never lift my hips up. You know, to back floats, I could never get my hips up. And I always tense. I actually remember quite clearly when I was little, my swimming instructor would be like, "You have to relax." And I'd be like, "I am relaxed." He's like, "You were the fuck not. If you were relaxed, you'd be floating." That man had a hard time with me. I loved swimming class and I loved to swim, but I hated taking instruction. The teacher would be like, "Okay, we're gonna paddle now," and I'd be like, "No, I'm going to dive. I'm going to..." I remember getting lectured in swimming class and like diving underwater and just staying there so I wouldn't hear the lecture. And it drove my instructor crazy. sometimes he'd be like, Nemuri, do you like swimming class? And I was like, yeah, I love pool. I love the pool. And he was like, then why don't you listen to me? I was like, what does one thing have to do with the other? So yeah, I don't do well with authority figures, like teachers and instructors and stuff. I think maybe that's not the way for me to learn stuff. I think everything that I have actually like committed and learned and like developed a proficiency in, I just taught myself. Taking classes with the kids, make sure you beat up the toughest looking one. They can be so cruel and judgmental. Oh, if like a 7-year-old insulted me, I would cry. But kids usually like me, even though I'm not good with them. I'm not good with kids at all. I never know what to do or what to say, but they seem to like me enough. And I'm more rebel. I just have pathological demand avoidance. I hate authority. And I can't relax to save her life. I really can't. I really can't. When I had to have like a small, like, does it count as surgery? It's too small to be a surgery. It's just some local anesthetic. In one of my arms. It's just a little procedure that they just put some local anesthetic and then they cut into my arm. It was fine. It was healed in a week. They gave me like an under the tongue relaxant, and they were like, okay, let us know when you're starting to feel like a little drowsy, a little sleepy. And I was like, yeah, that's not happening. I don't feel any different. And they had to like give me like 2 or 3 before I started feeling anything, and then it wore off really fast. It wore off really quickly because I don't know how to relax. My body refuses. So they were like, okay. They were like, already cut into my arm. I'm sorry if this is a little graphic. They had already cut into my upper arm. They had already cut into my upper arm, and they were like, in there, and I was like, the anesthetic is wearing off, and I can't feel the relaxers anymore either. And they were like, listen, girly, according to the guidelines, we can't give you any more of either. But you're already like cut up open, so we have to finish this. And I was like, that's okay, I'll just tank it. And they gave me some like cooling numbing spray instead. And I could feel them like tugging on. Sorry, this is really graphic, forgive me, but I could feel them like tugging inside my arm. It felt really weird, the pressure, and it hurt. But the scar is barely visible. It's just like a little dot on my arm. It's just a little dot. Every time someone tries to give me anesthesia or like sedatives, my body fights that really hard. Like, I'm quite petite. Like, I have a small frame, and I don't weigh very much. Especially now, I don't weigh very much at all. So people always try to give me like low doses, right? Doctors always try to give me like low doses of anesthetics or sedatives, and I'm like, listen, you're gonna have to give me a large man's amount. And they're like, no, for your size, for your weight, absolutely not. And I was like, listen,
Listen, I'm gonna go through that like sugar water. So just do it. I think there's a note in my medical records now, like someone must have just written like, will tank any sedative you try to give her. Beware. Wait, the headpads aren't working. Why? Why aren't you working, child? Let me figure that out for you. Excuse me. Oh, this never finished logging in. What? It's been off this entire time. I feel silly. Yeah, I also finally set up the thing in my I also finally set up the thing in my what's it called? In my live today, where depending on the color of my monitor, it changes like the lighting on my model. See? I'm aiming to get things straight for myself to be healthy, but as a 34-year-old, the will to find motivation is hard. I've given up. Listen. Don't be like me. Be better. Okay? Be so much better than me. But I'm going to be honest with you. I've given up on health. I've given up on being healthy in, like, the abstract sense. I will now just do what my body tells me to and ignore unsolicited advice. Like, my doctor told me I had to start eating during the day. Start eating more during the day and less at night, because I don't really eat during the day. I just have really hefty dinner, and that's how I feel good. That's like how I have high energy during the day, and you know, I feel sleepiest at night because food makes me really sleepy. And my doctor was like, listen, you're gonna fuck up your cortisol levels, blah blah blah. You have to eat more during the day and you have to eat less at night because you shouldn't go to bed with a full stomach. When I tell you, I was sleepy all day and then I could not fall asleep at night, no matter what I did. And I was just like, no, fuck your advice. This doesn't work for me. I'm sure you know what you're talking about. I'm sure you have a degree and everything, but this does not work for me. Eating during the day makes me drowsy, and not eating a large meal at nighttime is like, keeps me from like feeling sleepy. So fuck your advice, actually. Fuck that, I'm gonna do my own thing. But I do try to eat like balanced meals. I mean, my roommate feeds me, so and he cooks balanced meals, so I feel like I'm in good hands. I feel like if I had to cook for myself, I'd eat a lot of instant food though. I like cooking for many people. I don't like cooking just for myself. It feels shitty and lonely. I don't like cooking just for myself. I like cooking for other people. And I like cooking large amounts of food. When I was learning how to cook, my first like big dish was like this big like oven tray of food, and it fed my like a family of 5. And people were like, oh my god, it's so yummy, and that's how I've been coded ever since. To be fair, not everyone's body's gonna react to the standard rules. Some people's bodies feel like a huge anomaly, right? If I eat during the day, I get drowsy because, well, I have really bad insomnia, so eating like relaxes me, but not in like an active way. It just makes me like feel heavy and sleepy, and I like feeling really full. But it makes me like unable to be productive, so being full is secondary. It's like it's something I use. It's not I don't know how else to explain it. There, okay, they're working now. Nice. Thank you, Hikari, for that, but I feel like I don't know how to do things normally. No matter what I try, like, in order to function, I always have to do things weirdly, like, can't eat during the day, can only eat at night, even though it's the opposite of what you should do. People say, like, practice sleep hygiene, right? Like, you shouldn't... Oh, stretch, thank you. That was my shoulder, sorry if it was a loud crack. And some hydrate, thank you. The alerts are supposed to work, though. Are they not showing up? Cracking is good for ASMR. Okay, then here you go. And the neck too. Let me test my alerts. I'm trying a new setup. So oh, it is there. It's just tiny. Why? Why are you tiny? It exists. It's just barely there. It's a ghost. Really, the other side of the world, because I can't imagine if you were to travel to the US and your body corrects itself to flip those issues. Yeah, either to the US or to Japan. I either have to go to the US or to Asia in order to balance out with the locals. Like my circadian rhythm, is that what it's called? Like, I fall asleep naturally later and I wake up naturally later. If anyone wakes me up before 9:30 a.m., I feel so sick. Like, my stomach hurts so bad and I'm a zombie. I can't do early mornings at all. And I feel like that's just like my natural rhythm is like, no, we refuse this treatment, actually. Which is really, like, I think it's kind of unusual because, like, throughout all of high school and university, I had to get up at like 7 or 8 a.m., right? And I just felt like shit the whole time. I was always like, I looked like a corpse, and I was always sick, and I always had stomach problems. And then like I was finally able to like sleep on my own schedule and like eat on my own schedule after not having to do those things anymore, and like my stomach problems are gone. And I don't have like the constant brain fog anymore. So like it really is, I just have a weird circadian rhythm. My body is very my pace and refuses to cooperate with other people's schedules. I have an easy time staying up really late. But I have a really hard time waking up early, no matter how much I've slept. I could never like correct my sleep schedule fully, so I've just kind of like leaned into it. Like I fall asleep around like 2 a.m. and I wake up at 10:30 usually. I've been waking up before my alarm a lot lately though, even though I've been sleeping later and later, just because I've been stressed. When I start to feel really anxious or really stressed, the first thing to go is my sleep. I stop being able to rest, and then it just gets worse. My eye bags right now are legitimately scary. I look a little bit like I may have gotten punched. But no, it's just sleep deprivation. I think it's like my body's first like fight or flight or freeze, fight or flight response. It's just like stay awake and alert. Do not close your eyes, do not blink, do not sleep, do not eat. Everything is dangerous, and I am a man alone in a forest with lion. But it's getting better already. I'm a little less stressed today, and hopefully I'll be a little less stressed tomorrow also. And gradually back to my natural baseline of just being a normal amount of stress. But there's a lot of things I want to do lately. And I'm kind of making myself anxious over them because of like budget reasons and timing reasons, and just everything feels like it's happening very fast, and I'm running out of time to prepare and set up. So I become like kind of paralyzed. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it, I promise. But I never thought, like, if I traveled to another, like, I wanted to say if I traveled to another time, but that means, like, time travel. I mean, if I traveled to another, fuck, what are they called? The different current times across the world. Time zone. Yes, if I traveled to another time zone, if my body would, like, be pre-adjusted, or if I'd have the worst jet lag possible. I've never really traveled like that, so I don't know. I've only ever traveled to Switzerland. That's only 1 hour difference, so I have to go to like Japan, not to the US. I'm actually really scared to go to the US. I feel like things are too rowdy there for me. Although I'd really like to go to Holiday Matsuri. It's always the anime conventions. Forgive me. Forgive me, but it really is just always the anime conventions with me. I want to go to Japan because I want to go to Comic-Con. And I know what I'm about. And that's that. You'll not survive 10 seconds of a Comic-Con. I would. I develop natural defenses in order to survive anime conventions. I develop extra shields, mental and physical shields, and then I crash pretty bad after conventions, to be honest. Okay, when I go to a con, I develop like super extrovert shield. And I can tank anything, and then I get home and I'm in a catatonic state for a week. And that's not an exaggeration. But it's worth it. It's worth it. I want to go to Comic-Con. I want to look at all the doujinshi, and I want to buy doujinshi, and I want to see all the cute cosplayers, and I also want to cosplay at Comic-Con, and probably die of either heat stroke or freeze to death, hypothermia, depending on which Comic-Con I go to, but I would die happy. I would die filled with joy, and I think that's enough. I also like to go to the Holiday Matsuri. That's the one with the three big hotels, like the Marriotts and stuff. They all connect together and make like a 3 hotel sized convention. I've always wanted to go to Hallmat. It would probably also leave me in a catatonic state afterwards. Probably the worst one yet, but it would be so worth it. I feel like that's like how I survive. Listen, there's one event a year that I go to, and it's an anime convention. I'm extremely introverted, and I'm like, not just introverted, I'm very antisocial. So, the one time a year, I put on my social jacket and go to an anime convention, and it takes so much out of me that I'm just catatonic for a week straight after. And the day after a convention, I cannot get out of bed. Like, my whole body hurts. And I just stay in bed and I like drink strawberry milk or banana milk. I've actually been really enjoying banana milk lately. I recommend everyone get banana soy milk. It's really good. Can you make grilled cheese though? Not after a convention. Making grilled cheese is beyond my abilities immediately after a convention. But on a normal day, I make a pretty mean grilled cheese. If I do say so myself. I butter both sides of the bread, so... What did I eat recently that was like... Yeah, I've recently been obsessed with cottage cheese. Because, like, it has basically no calories and it has a lot of protein. It's really low calorie, really high protein. and it's not heavy, so I can actually eat it during the day. So I've just been, I cut a cucumber in half, I dig out the seeds, I fill the crevice, the crater, the seed crater with cottage cheese, and I just eat that, and that's like my lunch. It's also why I like Greek yogurt. It's really high protein, but it's very light on the stomach. That's also another one of my lunches, is I just like cut up half a banana into a Greek yogurt, into a plain Greek yogurt, and I just eat that. That's also lunch. Otherwise, I just drink coffee during the day. I love coffee so much. I made an extra big one today. As a treat. I made an extra large coffee for myself this morning. I give myself a half day off on Saturdays and a full day off on Sundays. Or rather, I've been forced to do this by the people around me. I'm not allowed to work a full Saturday anymore, so I mostly played The Sims today. I did some work and then I just played The Sims. I've become obsessed with The Sims again, unfortunately for everyone. Unfortunately for everyone, I am once again obsessed with The Sims. Has to be kept from work, or she works herself into a dummy. Yeah, I do. I am my own black company. I genuinely work myself into, like, illness if I'm not stopped. Because I just hyperfixate on it. It's a work in progress, okay? I'm trying my best to not do that so much anymore, but I'm not particularly skilled at moderation. I think that's like, I find that throughout most everything in my life, I'm really bad at moderation. I like to throw myself fully into things and just emerge a year later a different person. I definitely do that with my hobbies. Like, oh my god, back when I was like super into writing, I wrote a book. Like, one day I just decided, like, okay, I really like writing, I'm just gonna write a book. And that's all I did in my free time for months. And I wrote a whole book and I finished it and I was like, yep, that's done. I emerged out the other end and they're like, yeah, finished writing my book. And they're like, that's what you've been up to? What? Same thing happened back when I, fuck, what was the other thing that I just completely lost myself in? I can't remember anymore. It was something else. I did the same thing with that and it was really bad. It was really rough. I just came out the other end like, okay, I'm done. I think it was when I decided to like do the children's illustration book. Something like that. I was just like, alright, for the next week I'm gonna draw a book. Bye. And then I did, and then I was done. When I decided to learn how to make Vtuber models, that's also how it happened. I was like, alright, I'm gonna do this. And then I spent like 3 months just working on it. Without doing much of anything else. And then I emerged with the sacred knowledge. And the Vtuber model. I'm really bad at moderation. I love projects too. I love just like picking up a task and going all in. It's how I tell myself to sew. Just think about it. If I think about it a little bit, that's how I learned most of my skills. Like I said before, like most of the shit I know I just taught myself because I'm not good with authority, and teachers feel like authority to me, and I don't like it, so I just teach myself everything. Can't be your own authority. Even when I was in a university, I barely attended class. I would just like learn it by myself and then do the projects. Maybe I'm just too stubborn, or maybe that's just how my brain works. I always call myself stubborn for stuff like this, and then I'm like, maybe I'm not. It's not just stubbornness. Maybe that's just how my brain works. Maybe I should just accept that my brain works like this, and that is how it works for me, and it's not just stubbornness. But I do know a lot of random skills thanks to this method. Hi, Nettle. I've always had issues with like taking direction from other people. I don't like it. So I'm bad at working in like group settings. I do best alone. Like I said, very antisocial. The antisocial bun. I don't know if you guys, I don't know how many of you guys like keep up with my TikTok, or well, I just upload stream segments onto there, so it's not really. It probably also, you might have been on stream when this happened. But I was like humming a little tune the other day, right in the beginning of stream, just like bum 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 bum. And I made a clip of that and posted it on TikTok, and one of my friends suggested I get that like made into like, stop sniffing me. I lost myself. Yeah, the little song I hummed, the little bum bum bum. A friend suggested I get that making. I get that made into like a little BGM, a little song loop. So I guess I'm looking for people who do that. Neto, you just broke so many chat rules all at once. Go read the rules and then come back when you got your shit figured out, okay? Missing a sniff of sound routine. But no, she has to be not stinky. I'm not stinky. I smell good. I smell good. Although I do need to shower because I haven't showered today yet. So maybe I might be a little bit sweaty. Just a tiny bit sweaty, okay? But I stay pretty clean, okay? I scrub, okay? So don't sniff at me. Haven't showered today, just today. I shower in the evenings, you degenerate. And I've been sitting at my desk all day, so I'm a little sweaty. I got that gamer sweat, okay? You know how it is. I need to buy new strings for My roommate's guitar. I want to learn to play the electric guitar. My roommate has one. It needs new strings though, they're rusty. But I don't really know what strings to get. I guess I should just go to a music store and ask. Right, I should just go to a music store and be like, hey, I have this guitar, give me strings for it. I also need a strap. It doesn't have a strap. To smell nice. I smell like vanilla because all my products are vanilla. Not strawberry cheesecake, just vanilla. Imagine a flan pudding, that's how I smell. Vanilla, a little bit of caramel, because a lot of vanilla products also smell like caramel. You can get like normal and just go to a store, picture of the car, and don't know what to sell you. Yeah, like I bet electric guitar strings are pretty standard. I know back when I used to take acoustic guitar lessons, I nearly said autistic guitar lessons, but okay. Acoustic guitar lessons. There was only two options. It's like, do you want nylon or steel? And I learned to play on nylon strings because they're easier on your fingers, but I think the ones for electric guitar are pretty universal. I think it's bass that has a lot of options, right? There's a lot of different types of bass, so they have a lot of string options. I also learned a little bit of bass, like way back, but I've definitely forgotten all of it. So yeah, I'll just go to a store and be like, hey, I have this electric guitar, give me strings and a strap. Strings and strap, please. And a pick. I lost my pick. I thought I had one, but I lost it. But they're really cheap, so but yeah, I can't play without a pick. I'm bad. I don't have the dexterity to use multiple fingers at once. Just give me a pick. Ranka listing is supposedly harder to play. I mean, I guess. I wouldn't know. I think the one I played had 4 strings. And it was hell on the fingers. That's why I didn't stick with it very much, because like the chords are real thick. You know, it's like the guitar strings are like really thin and they cut into your fingers, but like I can deal with that. But the constant bruising of the thick ass bass strings was just hell. Plus you can't really play bass with a pick. It's not really good. And I definitely prefer to use a pick, so. Even when I was taking acoustic lessons, I used to pick, much to my teacher's dismay. My instructor was constantly like, just use your fingers, use your nails, you have long nails. Use your fingers. I was like, absolutely not. I don't like how it feels. It feels wrong. So I used a soft pick for acoustic. If I ever learn anything, it'll be drums. I've always wanted to try drums, but it's a big investment. But like, isn't it like, I don't know, I already have a guitar available to me, so I'll just learn that. Slap bass though? No, I'm not gonna do that. It's goofy. Sorry. I'm not gonna do that, it's goofy. Slap bass is a good shit. I know. But it is goofy. Slap guitar sometimes, that's abuse. I don't wanna learn to play like, basically rhythm guitar is what I want. The thing that every band vocalist learns in order to look like they are actually doing something on stage. It's just a rhythm guitar. That's what I'm in for. That's my goal. I just want to strum and like bop and sing, and that's it. That's the whole point. I liked bass because it was like very rhythmic also, but too many drawbacks. Plus no one ever has a crush on the bassist, do they? It's always the vocalists and the guitarists. The bassist and the drummer always get like always get left behind in the groupie department. Lead guitar needs a lot of techniques on doing that. True. I'm not aiming for like a 10-year learning span. I'm aiming for like a 2 to 3 year 2 to 3 years of learning. That's it. Bassists and drummers do the heavy lifting well. I'd like to learn the drums simply because I like beating shit up. It's purely for selfish reasons. I just like beating shit up. Plus, I feel like it would be stimmy. It would be fun. But I hear you need like strong arms. And I have the noodliest arms ever conceived. My arms are so like thin and noodly and weirdly long. It's not a drummer's arms. For sure. You see, like, drummers in bands, like, I don't know, I can only think of Death Grips and Green Day. I can only picture their drummers, and their arms are fucking jacked as shit. Being able to play drums like a flex, true. I have a friend who took some drumming lessons, I think. And he was like pretty okay at it, but then it came like time to like skill up, and he was like, this is too hard, and quit. So I think I'm better served with the guitar. Just need a good room sound, perfect tone, roommates or neighbors. Even if you get like a not an actual drum kit, if you get like an electronic set, you're still just like hitting shit. Your neighbors are gonna be annoyed. Thankfully, I do most of my activities when my neighbors are like at work. So I don't think I've ever gotten a complaint for like being loud. I have gotten complaints from roommate though for screaming when I'm playing scary games. And then roommate is like, at dinner time after stream, he's like, you're way too loud. I was like, I'm sorry, I was fighting for my life. I was scared. That was genuine fear. So yeah, unfortunately for a roommate, I'm going to keep screaming. If it was an actual issue, I'd figure it out, but it's not. It's just, if he had an issue with it, he'd soundproof my room. I told him that he's allowed to. I told him like, hey, if I'm loud, you can soundproof my room, that's fine. And he hasn't done it, so most recently, yeah, my uncles on my dad's side, they all learned music. Like, one of my uncles played bass professionally for many, many years, and he also played the guitar, and then my other uncle was in a really popular band when he was young, and he played the guitar in it. Soundproofing the hamster cage. Roommate recently, like, floated the idea of getting me a Peloton. And all I could think about is, oh god, I'm finally getting the hamster wheel installed. It's Jover. It's so Jover. I don't know if I want a Peloton. I'd feel bad if I didn't use it enough. I'd be like, oh god, this was expensive, and I'm not even using it every day. Because, you know, according to girl math, if it's something you use every day, it's okay that it's expensive because it's only like a couple, like, dollars per day or euros per day. But if you don't use it every day, like, then it becomes expensive. Have a good dinner, Hikari. I'll see you later. Yeah, a lot of people on my dad's side of the family were musically inclined, because my grandma insisted that they get music lessons if they wanted them. But, and it did work. They were professional for a while, but then they went to do something else. I think they both ended up doing something else with their lives. One of them, please note that I haven't heard from either of these uncles in many years, but I think one of them owns like a store, like a small store, and the other one is an engineer. I'm not sure. My aunt just played piano, so my cousin played the piano. She tried to teach me some of it, but I don't know. I would really like to learn the piano. We have a couple keyboards at home, but hearing piano makes me want to cry, so I keep sabotaging myself. I don't know why. It's such a physical response, though. It's not even, it doesn't make me sad or anything. I love the piano so much, but if someone starts playing a piano, my eyes start watering. It's silly. Sorry for being silly. I think maybe it's just like, because I like it so much. I don't know. It's been a while since I've heard the piano anyways, but it's too slow. Listen, in order to play the piano, you have to be like swift and delicate and like bouncy and stuff. I want something that I can take my anger out on. The rhythm guitar seems very anger friendly. The piano less so. It feels like you have to be calm to play the piano, and I'm not calm. I'm full of rage. So it's the drums or the guitar for me. What that, Fibo? Tried to play piano a few times, definitely won't have the hand dexterity to play it. I don't know if I have the hand dexterity, but I keep getting told that I have like piano hands. That's just because my fingers are really long. My mom insists upon it. She's like, oh, you have piano hands because my fingers are long. And I'm like, I don't have the finger dexterity. I'm really clumsy. I don't have good fine motor skills. I don't have good gross motor skills either. I look goofy as fuck if I try to run. I don't think I ever learned to move my body properly. I'm not a graceful person. I kind of, I move like I'm not a graceful person. I move like I'm about to fall over or punch someone or both. Probably both. I keep getting told that sometimes I move like I'm drunk. So like dexterity is not my strong suit. All my points went into hyperfixation. I haven't run sometimes, I don't know how to look at running. People always told me I looked goofy when I run. It's not my fault. No one ever taught me to run, so I never figured it out. But I'm good at fast walking though. I power walk like nobody's business. People have trouble keeping up with me. If I have places to go, I got places to go. I just fucking go. I think I'm actually faster at power walking than at running. Definitely. I'm a very slow runner. I walk fast as fuck. I cannot walk slow. Yeah, like, and I hate it when, like, people walk slowly side by side on the sidewalk. They're like, they're having a leisurely stroll. Excuse me. They're having a leisurely stroll, but I'm like, freaking, I got places to be, you know? Hi, Colrad. Oi, oi.
Oi, oi, oi. 上に勝てる関係ね。
It's always that bakugo audio bit whenever I see oi, oi, oi get typed out. I don't know, I have places to be, I got shit to do, I don't have time for a leisurely stroll. I don't find walking enjoyable, so I'm going to do it as fast as possible so I can stop doing it as quickly as possible. I also like... I clean like I'm possessed by the devil. Because I don't want to be doing it. I hate cleaning. So I like... I rush through it as fast as possible and I'm like fucking sweating and rushing because I want it to be over. Whenever there's something I don't like doing it, I just do it really fast so I don't have to feel the displeasure for long. Like, I remember I got so fast at setting the table because I hated doing it, but it was like, you know, it's one of the first tasks you give a child when you're teaching them about like chores and stuff. I hated doing it so much, I hated setting the table so much that I developed like, I would time myself and be as fast as possible with like as little moves as possible, like I was playing chess. I got really fast at it too. Really efficient at setting the table. Just min-maxing that shit. So I speedrun. I speedrun chores because I hate doing it. And I'm also so bad at them though. I'm really bad at chores. You guys like to comment that I'm trad wife material, but that's just not true. That's just not true. Every time I talk about like knowing how to sew and how to cook, someone always comments like, oh my god, trad wife material. But it's like, you have no idea how bad I am at cleaning and keeping house. It's tragic. I'm so shit at it. So, excuse me. Not wife material. Barely even roommate material. Got to go now. Later, Bernie. Thank you for coming. I'm also gonna go. I'm starting to lose my voice from whispering too much. But I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the roleplay. Let me know, as always. It'll be up on YouTube. Maybe I'll try to like cut it perfectly so that there is just like the roleplay section and then the chatting section, but I'm not sure yet. I think the videos do better when I don't do that, so thank you everybody so much for coming. Thank you for staying. I hope you had fun hanging out with me, because I definitely had fun hanging out with you. I hope you enjoyed the ASMR. I hope it relaxed you a little, and I hope you enjoyed chatting with me. I'll see you on Monday. Schedule will be out as soon as I'm able. Let me see if there's anyone I can raid. Is Shondo still watching movies? I guess not. Oh, yes, she is. Can I raid into Shondo? I cannot. Can't raid into that channel. So that's just, me and Bernice are dating. Good for you. Congratulations. Let's just raid Kita. Because she's cute. Please go say hi to lovely fish Kitanya. I hope to see you guys Monday. Bye-bye. And then go. If you'd like to support the channel, please do so on through coffee, or just by subbing or gifting bits. Thank you.